Good morning, everyone. We are the students of RMD Engineering College from ECE department. Welcome to Communication Theory Mini Project. The subject code is EC8491. Our mini project title is about design of pulse with modulated signal generator using 555 timer IC. Our project mentor is Dr. M.N. Vimal Kumar, Assistant Professor of ECE department in RMD EC. Myself, Hasni, and my team members are K. Varshita and K. Srilakshmi. First, we'll see what is pulse modulation. Pulse modulation is a type of modulation in which the signal is transmitted in the form of pulse. In this, continuous signals are sampled at regular intervals. It is divided into two types: analog pulse modulation and digital pulse modulation. This analog pulse modulation is again classified into three types. They are PAM, which is called as pulse amplitude modulation, PWM, which is known as pulse width modulation, and PPM, which is referred as pulse position modulation. Now we will see what is pulse width modulation. This pulse width modulation is also known as pulse duration modulation. In this, the width of the pulse is varied in proportional to the amplitude of signal. PWM is employed in a wide variety of applications ranging from measurement and the communications to power control and transmission. Here, the main component we are using in this project is IC555 timer. Now we will see what is IC555 timer. It is an integrated circuit which is used in variety of timer delay pulse generation. It is also used in oscillator applications. Why it got this IC555 timer name means here we will use three 5 kilo ohm resistor in series employed in internal circuit of the IC. It operates from a wide range of power supplies ranging from plus 5 volts to plus 18 volts power supply. The duty of the duty cycle of the timer is adjustable. It is basically a monolithic timing circuit which provides accurate and highly stable. When compared to the application of op-amp in the same areas, the 555 IC is also equally reliable and cheap. It is capable of producing stabilized square waveforms of 50% to 100% duty ratio. This is the pin diagram of the IC555 timer. The 555 timer IC is available as an 8-pin mini DIP. It consists of 23 transistors, 2 diodes, and 16 resistors. Here, the pin 1 is ground terminal, where all the voltages are measured with respect to ground terminal. Pin 2 is the trigger terminal, which is used to feed the trigger input. Pin 3 is the output terminal. Here, the output of the timer is available at this pin. Pin 4 is reset terminal. Here, the output is reset irrespective of the input condition. Pin 5 is control voltage terminal. Here, the threshold and trigger levels are controlled using this pin. Pin 6 is threshold terminal. This is the non-inverting input terminal of comparator 1. Pin 7 is discharge terminal. This pin is connected internally to the collector of transistor, and mostly a capacitor is connected between this terminal and ground. Pin 8 is supply terminal. A supply voltage of plus 5 volts to plus 18 volts is applied to this terminal with respect to ground. This is the IC555 timer which we'll use in the laboratory.
This is the circuit diagram of pulse width modulation generator using 555 IC timer. And here the capacitors used are 0.1 microfarad and 10 microfarad capacitors, and 10 kilo ohm, 5.6 kilo ohm and 15 kilo ohm resistors are used. And this is connected to the CRO to get the output. Here we have used a software called Tinkercad. It is a free online 3D modeling program that runs in a web browser known for its simplicity and ease of use. It is a free online collection of software tools that help people all over the world think, create, and make. This is the whole circuit with all the components with proper connection. It is the design of pulse width modulated signals generator using 555 timer IC in Tinkercad software. Let me simulate this in Tinkercad software and show you. This is the Tinkercad software, and from here we can get the components to build this. And this is a 9-volt battery which is used for the power supply. And this is the cathode ray oscilloscope, which is a type of electrical instrument which is used for showing the measurement and analysis of waveforms. And it's a very fast XY plotter, shows the input signal versus another signal. and it is known as potentiometer. It is a three-terminal variable resistor in which resistance is manually varied to control the flow of electric current. It is a 555 IC timer, and these are the capacitors of 10 nanofarad, and it is a red LED, and these are the resistors. Let me simulate this and show you. When we simulate this, we'll get an output waveform in the cathode ray oscilloscope. This is the off time and this is the on time. From here to the next off time, we call it as a cycle. When we change the resistance in the potentiometer, there will be a change in the duty cycle that can be seen in the oscilloscope. See here, while I am changing the resistance, we can see the changes here. And while changing the values of capacitor, here I have given 10 nanofarad. Let me give the 100 nanofarad for that capacitor and for this capacitor also. When we gave that and when we start simulation, we can see that frequency changes when the capacitor value changes. This is about simulation. These are the components list we have used for building that circuit: one timer and 100 kilo ohm potentiometer and one 9-volt battery, 100 microsecond oscilloscope and one red LED, and one NPN transistor, two diodes, 1 kilo ohm resistors we have used two, and 470 ohm resistor, and two 10 nanofarad capacitors.
The output waveform of the circuit is a square wave output. The square wave output contains both on-time and off-time. As we know that one full cycle is called as a time period, and reciprocal of a time period is also known as frequency. The time during which signal remains high, which is an on-time, is known as a duty cycle. If the signal is in on condition, then it is called as a 100% duty cycle. If it is in off condition, it is known as 0% duty cycle. From the above discussion, we can clearly define the duty cycle as ratio of turn on time to sum of turn on time plus turn off time. We can have a clear discussion about a duty cycle. The term duty cycle describes the proportion of on time, that regular interval of a period of time. Let me say the duty cycle is expressed in the terms of percentage. 100% is being fully on. When digital signal is on off time and other off time, the digital signal has a duty cycle of 50% and resembles a square wave as a digital signal. When it is a 75% duty cycle, then 75% of the signal is on and 25% of the square wave signal is in the off condition. When it is a 25% duty cycle, then 25% of the signal is in on condition and 75% of the signal is in off state. From the above discussion, we can say duty cycle is a ratio of sum of turn on time and turn off time. The frequency of a PWM signal says how fast a pulse width modulation completes one period. Let me discuss some advantages of pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation gives output in terms of digital signal, which reduces noise and gives an output as a square wave, and heat dissipation is also very less, and also average value of proportional to the duty cycle. So variation in pulse width leads to change in output, which can be easily controlled, and it has a very little disadvantages. They are complexity in the circuit, as the circuit is very complex and huge, and voltage spikes and radio frequency interference. And few applications of 555 timer. It is used to generate ramp and square wave as an output and used as a frequency divider, LED flashes, and voltage controlled oscillators. We have few more applications for pulse width modulators in motor speed control, and we can use to vary voltage. Mostly we use it as a variable resistor. Main problem with this control is the power dissipation across the variable resistor. This can be achieved by pulse width modulation. We can use pulse width modulation in motor controlling, lighting controlling, and as all time we don't use microcontroller. If we want to make pulse width modulation without microcontroller, then we choose some general purpose ICs like operational amplifier, which is also known as op amps, timers, and pulse generators. Let me conclude the pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation is designed using a 555 timer IC. The frequency of a pulse width modulation can be set by changing the values of resistance and capacitance. The duty cycle is also varied by varying the value of resistance of potentiometer. The circuit response time is very fast and hence we can achieve a very high reliability. The design circuit was tested for various frequency inputs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.